As we head into Week 3, the excitement around the Raiders is palpable, and this matchup against the Washington Commanders is shaping up to be one of those games that could define the early season. Both teams are coming off losses, which automatically turns up the intensity. Washington faced one of the league's elite squads, the Green Bay Packers, and the Raiders went head-to-head with the Los Angeles Chargers, a team that has looked dominant in the AFC so far. That means both locker rooms are buzzing with energy, both sets of players eager to prove themselves and make a statement, and the stakes feel higher than ever. Every snap, every read, every decision on the field will be under the microscope because both teams are desperate for a response after falling short in Week 2. One of the storylines dominating the chatter is the status of Jayden Daniels. The Commanders' quarterback is dealing with a knee sprain, and as of now, his availability for this matchup is very much in doubt. A player of Daniels' caliber sitting out would be a monumental development for the Raiders. Marcus Mariota stepping in as the starter presents a very different challenge. Mariota is a quarterback the Raiders' coaching staff knows inside and out, and that familiarity could translate into a major advantage on game day. While Mariota is competent, he does not bring the same dynamic presence or playmaking ability as Daniels, and that discrepancy could tip the scales for the Raiders in a meaningful way. If Daniels is unavailable, it's not just a minor tweak in strategy. It's a chance for the Raiders to exploit matchups and impose their rhythm on the game from the first snap. Turning to the Raiders themselves, one of the most pressing issues remains the offensive line. If the lineup from last week stays the same, the Raiders risk settling for mediocrity instead of pushing toward excellence. Adjustments are non-negotiable, particularly when it comes to Jackson Powers-Johnson, Jordan Meredith, and Dylan Parham. JPJ at center could dramatically improve communication and stability along the line. Meredith has played multiple positions effectively, but his skill set might be best utilized at left guard, while Parham could provide stronger performance on the right side. The numbers speak for themselves. 7 sacks allowed and 32 pressures so far this season, ranking among the worst in the league, which highlights the critical need for corrections. The Raiders can't afford to let protection issues dictate the pace of the game. With the right configuration, the line can dominate in both run blocking and pass protection, giving the quarterback time to make plays and the running back lanes to gain crucial yards. Speaking of the running game, Ashton Gentry's role continues to be a focal point of discussion. Drafted at 6th overall, the expectations for him were sky high, yet the early numbers haven't reflected his talent. The issue, however, isn't Gentry's ability. It's the combination of play design, blocking, and situational execution that has limited his impact. In the first 2 games, his yards before contact have been alarmingly low, which is a direct reflection of the offensive line failing to create space and openings. Despite that, Gentry's elusive rating ranks among the top in the league for backs with 30 or more touches, indicating that when he does receive space, he can make defenders miss and create explosive plays. The discrepancy between his potential and the production on the stat sheet highlights a critical problem. The Raiders' schemes aren't maximizing what he brings to the table. If the coaching staff can adjust protections, blocking assignments, and timing, Gentry could immediately become a game-changing element of the offense, turning what has been a struggle into a powerful advantage. The health and utilization of tight end Brock Bowers also factor heavily into the Raiders' offensive strategy. Bowers missed significant practice time last week, which disrupted preparation and continuity. A fully healthy Bowers allows for more 12 personnel sets, providing versatility and opening up the playbook in ways that can stretch defenses and create mismatches. With him on the field, the Raiders can run play-action passes more effectively, improve red zone efficiency, and create options that give the quarterback multiple reliable targets. His presence impacts not just the passing game, but the effectiveness of the run game as well, because linebackers and safeties must account for his blocking and receiving threat, which in turn can open lanes for Gentry and other backs. Then there's Geno Smith and how he, along with offensive coordinator Chip Kelly, will respond after a rough Week 2 performance against the Chargers. Smith's play was far from ideal. He forced throws and struggled to execute cleanly under pressure. But the ability to respond and adjust is what separates a good team from a great one. Kelly's play calling, adjustments, and willingness to adapt in-game will be under scrutiny because the Raiders cannot afford to repeat mistakes or squander opportunities. Good coaches and quarterbacks study film, recognize tendencies, and make rapid corrections, and the Raiders' performance in Week 3 will reveal whether this team has the resilience and intelligence to overcome setbacks. Ultimately, this game against the Commanders is about more than just a win or a loss. It's about proving identity, testing adjustments, and showing whether the Raiders can execute under pressure. Every positional group has questions hanging over them. The offensive line needs to tighten up. The run game needs space and consistency. The quarterback must respond with confidence, and the tight end position must be leveraged to its full potential. If even one of these elements falters, the opposing defense can exploit it. But if the Raiders align all the pieces, healthy players, smart adjustments, and a commitment to aggressive, intelligent football, they have a chance to dominate on both sides of the ball. The Week 3 matchup is more than just a game. It's a litmus test for this team's readiness, focus, and ability to respond to adversity. As we dig deeper into the matchup, the focus shifts to the intricacies of the Raiders' game plan and how they might exploit the Commanders' weaknesses. Washington's defense has moments of vulnerability, especially when it comes to containing versatile running backs and handling creative play-action schemes. If the Raiders can establish even a modest ground game early, it opens the door for explosive passing opportunities downfield. That's where Ashton Gentry comes into play. His combination of power, agility, and vision makes him a unique threat, but only if the line in front of him can give him space. Every yard before contact is hard-earned right now, and the Raiders' ability to create those yards will dictate whether Gentry can turn potential into production. Watching the tape, it's clear that Gentry is making the most of what he gets, evading tackles and forcing defenders to adjust on the fly, but the system around him simply hasn't allowed him to thrive yet. The question for Week 3 is whether the coaching staff will make the adjustments needed to finally unlock his full potential. The Raiders' tight end room, particularly Brock Bowers, will also be a defining factor. When fully healthy, Bowers provides versatility that can completely alter defensive game planning. His ability to both block and stretch the field as a receiving threat creates mismatches that force defenders into impossible decisions. Linebackers and safeties have to account for him, which can open holes for Gentry and allow Smith to find easier passing windows. The Raiders' play-action game benefits immensely from a healthy Bowers because it gives the illusion of a run while simultaneously threatening the intermediate passing lanes. With Bowers participating fully, the Raiders can implement more complex formations, execute misdirection plays, and keep the Commanders guessing throughout the game. His health is not just a luxury. It's a strategic lever that could dictate the success of the Raiders' offense this week. Turnovers and quarterback decision-making are another story to watch. Geno Smith has had a rough stretch recently, forcing throws and making questionable decisions under pressure. But Week 3 offers a chance for redemption. Good quarterbacks adjust, learn from mistakes, and respond under pressure. Smith's ability to internalize lessons from past performances, maintain composure, and execute with confidence will be critical. Pairing his adjustments with Chip Kelly's game plan, assuming Kelly can adapt as well, creates an opportunity to reset the offense and establish a rhythm that was missing previously. The Raiders need both the quarterback and offensive coordinator to be in sync, reading the defense together, anticipating adjustments, and calling plays that put players in positions to succeed. This week is a test of mental toughness as much as physical ability. Defensively, the Raiders also have opportunities to capitalize on Washington's uncertainties. A backup quarterback or a less confident Mariota makes it easier to pressure the pocket, force hurried decisions, and create turnovers. The Raiders' pass rush and linebacker play could dictate the tempo of the game. Winning the line of scrimmage, containing the quarterback, and limiting big plays in space will be paramount. If the Raiders can execute sound coverage, read the routes effectively, and maintain gap discipline against the run, they can dominate time of possession, keep the offense off the field, and control the flow of the game. A strong start on both sides of the ball can set the tone, and early momentum will be crucial. Special teams, while often overlooked, could also influence the outcome. Field position, kick returns, and coverage units are all small details that can have outsized effects, especially in a closely contested matchup. Efficient and disciplined play in this phase ensures that the offense starts with favorable positioning and the defense avoids short field situations, which can swing momentum quickly. In a game where both teams are coming off losses and desperate for validation, every advantage counts. Ultimately, the Raiders' ability to make proper adjustments, utilize key players effectively, and respond to adversity will define their performance in Week 3. The offensive line must solidify. Ashton Gentry must be used to his full potential. Brock Bowers needs to be healthy and impactful, and Geno Smith along with Chip Kelly must adapt and execute decisively. On defense, containing the quarterback and winning the line of scrimmage will set the tone. Momentum, preparation, and strategic execution all converge in this matchup, making it a must-watch for anyone invested in the Raiders season. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Las Vegas Raiders. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Davante Adams has set the NFL rumor mill ablaze. In a candid confession that has sent shockwaves through fans and analysts alike, the star wide receiver admitted he regrets leaving the Las Vegas Raiders, the team where he first established himself as one of the league's elite pass catchers. "I regret it every single day," Adams reportedly told close friends in an off-the-record conversation that has since leaked to the media. While Adams has always been a consummate professional on the field, this rare glimpse into his personal reflections paints a very different picture off it. The timing of Adams' admission couldn't be more intriguing. Just as speculation about potential blockbuster trades heats up ahead of the next season, whispers suggest that the wideout could be quietly exploring ways to return to Las Vegas, or at least leave the door open for a surprising mid-season move. Insiders claim that while Adams remains under contract with his current team, the emotional pull of unfinished business with the Raiders is strong. Sources familiar with the situation hint at late-night phone calls with former teammates and Raiders coaches, conversations that reportedly leave him torn between loyalty and opportunity. Fans have been quick to react on social media, with hashtags like #BringDavante trending sporadically, fueled by the nostalgia of his electrifying plays at Allegiant Stadium. Analysts are weighing in, noting that while Adams' skill set remains elite, chemistry with a quarterback and fit within a system could ultimately determine whether this admission is just venting or the precursor to a stunning return. Meanwhile, Vegas insiders are having a field day, speculating whether this is a prelude to a major roster shakeup or just a star athlete's pang of nostalgia. The broader NFL community is now watching closely. If Adams truly seeks a reunion with the Raiders, the repercussions would ripple through draft plans, salary cap strategies, and even fantasy football rankings. Rumors are swirling that Raiders management has taken note of Adams' remarks, though official comments remain predictably vague. As one unnamed league source put it, "He's not just talking. You can feel the weight of it." But whether words turn into moves is anyone's guess. For now, the NFL world is left to wonder. Will this be a fleeting confession or the opening act in one of the league's most dramatic stories yet? If Davante Adams does make a push to return to Las Vegas, fans might be in for one of the most sensational comebacks of the decade, blending talent, nostalgia, and a dash of high-stakes drama that only football can deliver. Until then, the rumor mill spins, and every sideline sighting, every cryptic social media post, and every whispered conversation could be the next piece in this unfolding saga. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Las Vegas Raiders, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.